Hey everyone, short video today, but we do have a project going on. Can you guess what it is? Just by looking at this? That's right, we are making a fountain. Bird bath slash whatever you want to call it. It's a fun little project. And we only had 3 little setbacks, and we'll see if you can figure them out. Of course, I'll probably tell you, make a long story short. Now, basically all this is, I ordered a little solar panel pump, just a little bitty one to try this out, just to see how it goes. Off of Amazon, less than 20 bucks, it was simple. Dollar Tree, you can get little trash cans or little plastic flower pots, and you can also get the little bucket or the little lid. This is just a plate, just a little plate. You can get them for, less than 5 bucks at the dollar store, Dollar Tree. And I got me a little wood burning, and you could also use a soldering iron. And all I'm doing is just burning me some holes in my plate for our water to drip back through. Then you gotta burn a pretty good sized little hole right in the center so your hose can go back up through there. This is real simple, folks. Easy stuff here. And I'm doing it on the bottom side because if you try to do it on the inside of the plate, the plastic when it melts will leave a ring, and the water won't go back down in there near as easy. It'll still go back in there, but it has to build up a little bit. So try to burn your holes on the bottom side. Now I'm going to take my pot, plastic trash can, whatever you want to use, and I'm going to take the burner and just burn me a little slot right there in the side of it, just so my cord for the solar panel can fit fairly flush down in there. Just take your time, it'll melt real easy. Go through there like hot butter. We got this idea just to put it in the garden, but you could put these things anywhere, seeing as how they're not really tied to electricity. Any place you can hang a solar panel, you'll be good to go. Now it's time to open up the pump and see what we got. Now comes our first issue that I run across, and it's my own fault. It has nothing to do with the project. Basically, bought this pump off of Amazon. And if you've ever bought anything off of Amazon, you know how when you scroll down a little bit down the page, it says frequently bought together? Well, I just said, okay, I'll need tubing, so, we'll get it. Frequently bought together. It's got to be the right size, right? Wrong. No, it's not the right size. So we have to improvise a little bit. And as you can see there, the plate's not fitting perfectly on top of the pot. However, once I get the weight in the top of it, it will mash it down in there better. But you can burn with your wood burner or soldering iron. You can burn into that plate. Won't hurt a thing. Water will still just go right around your hole down into where the pump will be sitting, and everything will be fine. The pump comes with several different little attachments. I decided not to use one for the simple fact that, my line, the hose wasn't the right size, so I'm not sure. I'll have to go back and see if I can't put a different size fitting on there. But as you can see, I just figured out that won't work. So we had to improvise, and I actually had some plastic line laying around the house that does fit. However, it is for plumbing, like under your sink, a hose under your sink, and it's a lot stiffer than what that flexible air line would have been, and a little bit bigger around. So you lose a lot of pressure. You'll gain volume in your water, but you'll lose a lot of pressure. But it does fit on there better. Had to heat it up just a little bit and stick my wood burner down inside the hose. Just a little bit of jerry rigging is what I like to call it, because my dad's name's Jerry, you know, so you just rig it like Jerry would do. And this takes a little bit, basically though, but just because the hose is a lot stiffer than what you would normally use, it just wants to fight me a little bit on the size. But once I get the size of where the pump will fit down into the bottom of the pot, and however much I want sticking out the top, once I get that cut off, it makes it a whole lot easier to handle. But right now it's trying to fight me. So now I've got it marked where I want it cut, and I'll just take my trusty pocket knife here and we'll just cut that thing where we want it. I've also seen these used in 5-gallon buckets. You can just take a plain old 5-gallon bucket, and if you've got the lid for it, you can just burn you some holes in the top of the lid, put your pump down in there, works like a charm. And then you can decorate it however you want. You can put stickers around it, paint it, however you want to do it. Now this bucket that I'm using is actually a flower pot. Just a little cheap flower pot that I bought, and which comes up to my next issue that I have. I didn't realize, should have, but I didn't realize that this flower pot actually, if you look at the bottom of the bucket, has a line going all the way around it. Well, that's because there are some little bitty, I did not notice when I looked in there, holes for drainage. So when I went to fill this thing up to test it, yeah, water run out of it. So I ended up having to silicone the holes in the bottom, and then it held water just fine. It just had to dry overnight. But that was issue number 2. And if you just use a 5-gallon bucket, or if you just use a trash can, a little cheap trash can that you get at the dollar store or something, you won't have to worry about holes. However, if you buy a flower pot, even if you think it does not have holes in it, make sure you check it. Oh yeah, go ahead. Big trucks. Yeah, big trucks driving by. You bet. Always check it before you do your video. That way you don't have to edit that part out. And I've just bought a whole bunch of marbles here. Picked them up at the dollar store. They were like $1 a bag or something like that. Just wanted to try them out. See how they go. See how it works. I think my next one, I'm going to get a longer tube, and I'm going to get one of those styrofoam balls, put right in the center of the plate, run the tube up to the top of the styrofoam ball where the water will cascade over the ball. I think I'm going to do that. But as you can see, my little bitty tube sticking out of there, you know, it's crooked going to the side because it's just not flexible, but it's going to work. It's going to serve its purpose. Just make sure that whenever you order your pump, that you don't do like I did. Make sure that you read the dimensions and make sure that you order the right size flexible line. Well, now we're back, and as you can tell, it is cloudy today. So the sun is in and out. So as I zoom in here, you can see it's a pretty pitiful trickle. Now it's not going to get much better than that, and didn't expect it to. But it is definitely, oh, there's a little bit of sun. I'm going to stick this thing out here where it'll get some more sun. Oh yeah, Ollie's fixing to eat. Yeah, Ollie's fixing to eat the solar. So yeah, still just a little bit more than a trickle, and Ollie's fixing to eat it. So yeah, this is not good. So we ended up putting it over here by the garden, which is where it was going to go in the first place. And we do have a little bit of sun now, so it is shooting up a little bit further. It's just not a good day, which brings us to the third part of the problems we had with this project. It was just not sunny enough. Today was just cloudy. And it just trickles when it's cloudy, but on a sunny day, as you can tell right there, it's going pretty good right now. Just wishing my tubing was straight up and down. But yeah, neat little project, cheap little project. And hey, it does what it's supposed to do. Just sit over there in the garden and let the bees drink and the hummingbirds drink. Whoever wants to play in it, they're welcome to play in it. Wait till you see our next project, which is right here. This is going to be a project. Not only does it have lines that run up through the center, these little frogs they're little spitter frogs. And if you know anything about spitter frogs, they're dangerous. So this project is something that I will be working on. This one will not be solar though. So I've got to, I got to get a pump, got to get to cleaning, painting. Yeah, you know. Hey, folks, y'all take care. Share, like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you guys in the next video.